Well, I checked out a Holiday Inn this morning, but I could not leave Sydney without first visiting Cabot Motorsports. They're a multi-brand dealer selling Harley-Davidson, Honda, and Yamaha. And I was really impressed. I love this store. Anyway, I got a great t-shirt and a fantastic Cabot Trail sign. Well, we're on the road again. We're on the way to visit the Fortress of Louisburg. The road seems nice. It's relatively quiet, two-lane blacktop. Doesn't seem to have all the curves and twisties of some of the Cape Breton roads, but I'm sure it'll be a real nice ride. As we approach Louisbourg, the fog has settled in. There's a chill in the air, and it's just cold riding the bike. I've had to put a jacket on. When I left Sydney this morning, it was warm, the sun was shining, and this is only a short distance from Sydney, but wow, what a major change. We're now coming into the village of Louisbourg. Louisbourg's economy is dominated by the seasonal tourism industry and seafood processing. In the 1960s, Parks Canada completed a partial reconstruction of the Fortress of Louisburg. And today, that National Historic Site is the town's dominant economic engine, employing many residents and attracting thousands of tourists every year. Seems like we're coming into a real nice little stretch of road. I like this. Well, I think we're arriving at the park gates. How are you?
Not too bad, sir. How are you?
I'm great. Give me a sec.
You take your time.
I'm not in a hurry if you're not.
No hurry. You don't have to pay here. You don't pay me. Your money's not going to do any good with me.
Okay, what do you want from me?
Oh, I just want to tell you how to get there.
Oh,
And it's very easy.
okay.
You just follow this road straight
Yeah.
for about 4 to 5 minutes. You'll come to a stop sign. There'll be two lovely gentlemen. They'll show you where to park. From there, they're going to tell you. Building's just right there. You go inside. They'll give you an activity guide. They'll take all your hard-earned money in there.
Okay, I have a Discovery Pass.
Well, then they
Does
won't
that
take-
work?
It does. They won't take any money from you.
Perfect. Well, you have a good day. Well, the fog seems to be obscuring a lot of the view, and from time to time I've caught glimpses of the ocean and the waves crashing on the beach there on my right, and man, I wish you could see it, but I guess today is just not a day when we're going to be able to see a lot of the scenery. At least not out here when we're right out on the coast. We're coming to a gravel road. I didn't see it until I was almost on it, I guess because of the fog. But anyway, it's in great condition.
Hello.
How are ya?
Park anywhere?
Nice and hard up there.
Oh, right there. Okay.
We'll try to keep cars away from it because we don't like putting motorcycles near the
Perfect.
cars or whatever. Yeah, you can have a look at it just to see.
Oh, anywhere's fine. Looks all hard around here.
Right there's almost like pavement.
How are you?
Good, sir, yourself.
I'm fine.
There you go.
Foggy here.
It is. I say it must be nice out the road.
It's really had this thing on. We're doing videos.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, yeah. Okay. So everything's open here.
No, sir. We have what? 5 buildings open right now.
5 buildings.
5 buildings open.
Okay.
Get all settled in. Our business center is the yellow building here to the right.
Yeah.
That's where you pay your admission fee. They'll give you some more information in there, and they'll tell you what buildings are open. Okay.
Fantastic.
When you ready to leave, we'll just ask you to head out straight.
Straight
Okay.
ahead. Perfect.
And we're open till 5.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy yourself.
The Fortress of Louisburg is a National Historic Site of Canada. And if you look at how large this site is right now, you have to realize that this is only a 1/4 partial reconstruction of the original French fortress at Louisbourg. The fortifications of Louisbourg actually surrounded the original town, and they were mainly constructed between 1720 and 1740, and it was named after King Louis XIV of France. And it was one of the most expensive and extensive European fortifications constructed in North America. Part of one of the buildings was a chapel. We'll go in there now.
Picture, I guess.
And there'd be masses every day here, 7 days a week. It's a small chapel. Over the course of 4 or 5 masses in the morning, they would make sure with 7 days a week that everyone in town who wanted to could attend masses.
Right.
Now I think we should look at the soldiers' quarters. I was told there were 3 people to a bunk and 16 to a room in this bunkhouse. Well, I'll go down the street and look around. And probably drop into one of those houses to see the interior.
Yes, by all means, Oh, I guess I can walk through this way. Yes, you do. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, is the home. Get a picture of you as well.
So we continue looking around, and I think we're pretty much coming to the end of our little tour of the Fortress of Louisburg. It was very interesting, and maybe someday I'll be back after the COVID thing, because right now it's only partially open. And if partially open is this interesting, I can only imagine how great it is once it's fully operational. But anyway, it's time to get back to my bike and get moving. We're now riding on Route 312 on the way to a campsite at Louisbourg Ridge in Englishtown. Louisbourg is the name of a Mi'kmaq man god, and this campground, Louisbourg Ridge, is owned by people who are part of the Mi'kmaq Nation. So I'm going to be setting up my tent there for tonight, and it's going to be a very interesting evening, and I'm really looking forward to it. I just have to pull into the office here and register for my campsite, and then get down there and set up my tent for the evening. It's beautiful here, fantastic view. Okay, I'm told I've been assigned campsite 17, and that it's on the right at the end of the road.
Now turn sharp left.
My navigation doesn't seem to think I'm in the right area.
Now turn sharp left. Route recalculation. Turn back where possible. Then turn sharp left.
Well, I've arrived. Now I'll just try to get this bike back into the campsite. Seems like a nice campsite. It's nice and level. Has a fire pit over there. Got some trees. Yeah, should be a great place to set up my tent. If you're watching this, a lot of people say, hey Cal, you do it all wrong. You're supposed to put your ground sheet down first. Then you put your tent on it and put up the tent. Well, I sort of do it all backwards. I put up my tent first. After I've got my tent up, I put the ground sheet under it. It's just my way. It's not the best way. It's just the way I do it. And it works for me, so that's all that matters. That's an MSR tent, an MSR Alexa 2, and I really like it. Love it. I've slept in that tent in thunderstorms with thunder and lightning, and I don't get wet. It is just a really great product. Well, I guess it's time for me to go. I hope you really enjoyed this video. And if you did, how about a big thumbs up? And maybe hit the subscribe button. I'll notify you when I make the next one. And that will be episode 3. I'll be glamping on the Cabot Trail.